Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Gemini. How are you guys this week, Gemini? See what's coming in for energies. Yeah, someone's spending some time in solitude, soul searching. Yeah, wide open. This is about opening up, being open to offers, opportunities. Yeah, but someone's been spending time alone, and this isn't kind of like the hermit energy. Yeah, solitude. Someone's having a massive epiphany. It has to do with someone's life path. They're looking for clues and answers. Yeah, the bone collector. Who I've only seen this for one other person. Interesting. This is someone putting the pieces together. The bone collector, collecting information. Someone could be rebuilding their life, but this is about a new beginning. And you can see somebody sitting here smiling. Someone connecting the dots, putting the pieces together. Nice. It is a manifesting energy. It's the start of something. Ooh, the magical map shifter. There is another sign that got this. I can't remember. Right beside each other like this too. Is something sudden, the storm field. Some sort of sudden epiphany here. There's some sort of sudden shift and change because someone's manifesting. Something magical is about to happen here. Wow. Yeah. So this is someone who's been spending a lot of time alone, feeling very alone. See, it's time for a shift, time for change. Someone here I feel is having a massive epiphany of just being alone, the dry desert. Someone here has been spending so much time alone, they may have, all their options may have dried up here too. So it's about creating change. This is someone who needs to create change. Picking up the pieces, picking themselves up, putting things back together. See, it's like the puzzle, but it's the bone collector, collecting info. This is someone who's ready for change here. They're coming out of solitude. It's about being open to receive. Yeah, that's a person here taming that beast within themselves, but it's about feeling more confident, maybe about opening up. Look at the birth of something new. Someone's open. Someone's finding out someone's open. Yeah, this is someone who's definitely feeling alone. It's often someone too who feels like it's too late too. That's also the energy. But let's have a look at the storm field. Something sudden epiphany. Yeah, this is some kind of really good news. It's actually positive news, some sort of sudden change, a reason to celebrate. Lovely. Yeah, we have an Ace of Swords. Yeah, look at that. See, somebody here is being enlightened. They're talking to people, getting out. This is the start of something new. Someone's ready for something new. But I do feel that someone who's been spending so much time alone, their options have dried up. So it's about getting out there. But look at that beautiful Empress. Somebody is finding out, maybe through other people, that someone's single, open. Yeah, because it has to do with a victory, some massive epiphany and idea. But it's kind of someone feeling confident, kind of win or lose. It's a whole complete shift in energy. Ooh, you got an Emperor. This is someone going to make, the Emperor and the Empress. Oh my gosh. Let's have a look at dry desert. I want to see what that is. The dry desert. Yeah. This is someone who's cutting a lot of people out here. But this is also, like I say, it has to do with some sort of truth. Someone's learned something. Someone's options have dried up, or they've just cut them all out. It's a person definitely feeling alone, but I get the vibe of someone who's spending so much time alone. They haven't been going out, haven't been socializing. Definitely cutting people out, but I see this aha moment, some sort of idea and truth. This is somebody here definitely has learned that someone is open and available. The Emperor. Ooh, what have we got here? Let's have a look at the Strength card again. Yeah, this is somebody coming in feeling confident. You're about to receive if you're the feminine. If you are the masculine, I see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But it's just someone thinking, strategizing, analyzing. Yeah, let's have a look at the Empress. The Empress. Oh, the Empress and the Emperor. Interesting. This is someone making this happen. This is both of you. You may run into each other. It could be sudden where you run into each other. out and about in your community. This is somebody determined to succeed, though, because you can see the aha moment. Truth, victory, win or lose. What have I got to lose? There's nobody else around. Too much time alone. But it's soul searching their path, too. Yeah, someone's single in that social circle, or both people single. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's an energy of time. See, it's time for change. Very positive change, windfall of abundance. I see somebody here, a lot of growth. But it has to do with sudden change. Somebody is moving away from this solitude, being alone. It's someone who doesn't really want to be alone. But they've learned something. Someone's learned someone's single. Yeah, they've been keeping this to themselves, keeping it all in. This is somebody here definitely would never admit they're lonely. Yeah. I think their options have dried up, or they've just cut them all out because there's no one they're interested in. But it's about manifesting this. See, this is going down this path. It's time for change. They're trusting their inner knowing. They already know the answers they're seeking. I do see this energy of kind of privacy a little bit too. Tell me about the High Priestess. Saying to trust your intuition. You probably know who this is. They could be in your social circle in some way, online or off, but it's definitely an energy of a single person who has everything they need. But they're definitely feeling lonely and locked with that dry desert. Yeah, this is someone just kind of waiting. This is a person I feel has just been kind of waiting for the right time, waiting for the one. I do see change, but I also see growth, possible financial growth, but it's definitely time for change. Someone's ready to leave behind the single life. Tell me about this King of Swords. Yeah, this person, see, this is somebody who'll never admit they're lonely. That's what I kind of felt right away. Yeah, I know, you're not going to let anyone know that you're lonely. But this is someone who has, quite honestly, waited for the right person. Someone's ready for change, expanded their horizons. This is someone feeling loved up. They are emotionally mature. They are available. So this is somebody having to let someone know they're available. They have to make the first move. So if you've been waiting for this person, you're about to receive. Tell me about the Emperor. Yeah, this is the two people coming together, a private conversation. Yeah, I feel like you may have, I feel like you know who this is. You've probably crossed paths somewhere sudden here where you were just out and about. But it's almost like someone's coming out of that and getting out. This is someone who knows someone's single. They know. They're in their feels here. This is someone who wants love. Yeah. Two people being a little cautious, playing it safe. Yeah, this is someone being careful what they wish for. The King of Cups will often be in that energy. Being a little careful what they wish for. Yeah. Little full of themselves to some degree. Yeah, but I feel like I say, they're just playing it safe here. It's like they're strategizing and analyzing, very analytical, but it is somebody who does speak truth. They will speak the truth. Yeah, and they're finding out truth too. So let's have a look at that Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone pride getting in the way, but this is planning, preparing, providing. Someone who takes pride in the way they dress, pride in all the things that they do. See, they're hoping for success here. They certainly are. But it's about being able to provide. It's about giving someone attention. This is someone who has a lot of people. I wouldn't be surprised if it's both people, having a lot of people interested, chasing after them. This is somebody who's cut. Anybody who chases this person, I feel they kind of cut them out. This is somebody who doesn't want to have to provide everything. But this is two people who fill each other's cup. they provide for each other. So this is somebody who's definitely sees this Empress energy. It's not, they can be very generous. It's not like they don't want to provide anything. Don't take this the wrong way. They see what both people can provide for each other. You both fill each other's cup. You give each other what you need. Because this is someone who gets chased. I feel both people because of what they can provide. It doesn't always mean finances. It could be anything, right? It's whatever a person desires someone to provide, what they want. From the other person. But this is someone who's been waiting for the one. Yeah, I feel like there comes that pentacle. Tell me about the Six of Wands. One more on the six. Yeah, lifestyle, the way someone conducts themselves. It's an energy of someone who has faith in themselves to make the right choice. So this is about loyalty. This is somebody who wants to succeed. They're preparing to succeed. See, it's not like they're not afraid to provide, but they see someone who kind of a little somewhat independent, provides for themselves. But I see changes, like there's need for change. Lifestyle, schedules, routines, the way someone lives their life, there's going to be change. There's need for structural changes. This is actually a person it has to do with friends, loyal friends. They want loyalty. They want someone who's loyal, and that's what I feel. Or friends who are like family. This is someone also learning something about someone's history. They do see them as successful, but they see this as being something that could be successful, going in their favor long term. So this is a person, it has to do with committing. Now, some of you have a person who, if you're dealing with somebody here who's successful, but you feel like it may not be long term, or they're not interested in you in the right way, I feel there's going to be a lot of discernment for the masculine here. And I do see the masculine could be a Gemini, but I do see Libra and Aquarius. I see very strong Taurus energy too. Yeah. Little Sag energy, but it's somebody who is definitely breaking free. There's some sort of breakthrough because someone is now feeling confident. See, it's about committing, making a commitment. Yeah, so someone learning something. Tell me about the Hierophant. I feel there's something more. Yeah, see, manifesting. Someone's manifesting what they desire. There's desire here. They have everything they need. They have everything they need to provide. They have more than enough for themselves, but they don't need to provide everything for this person. I think this is somebody who has people chasing them because of what they can give. Not that they love, because this is someone who actually wants love. So I just get the vibe that this is someone who maybe has been manipulated before. They've become very wise and discerning, just like the Queen of Swords becomes very wise and discerning. But yeah, this is someone showering abundance. Look at that. Somebody here is no longer giving to someone else, no longer giving. Someone's no longer feeding someone's ego too. I think there's a couple scenarios here, but I feel like this is someone definitely manifesting change. They know there needs to be change. I do see this person reach. I feel it's almost like the Empress is the one showering abundance. But it has to do with someone coming in humble. I think somebody's pride got in the way, or they were a little full of themselves. They kind of expected the other person to reach out. It may not have happened. So this is where I feel the tables turn. This is the other scenario. Other than the fact that someone's ready to move on, they don't want to be single anymore. It's still the same energy, but it's going to play out different. Let's have a look at the world. Yeah, so someone assessing. See, there's a need for change. Life habits, structure. Someone's definitely reached out, and the other person didn't reciprocate because they felt this person was just interested for what they could provide. But what they're learning is this person provides for themselves. So interesting. So they are somebody coming in. They are assessing this. They're kind of slowing down. See, it's about whether someone's sincere. It's all about being sincere. So watch for sincerity if it's someone coming back around. Because this person's kind of learning something, and it's not about money. It's not about providing money necessarily. Because often the feminine energy provides other things. They may not be wealthy. They're creative, caring, kind, compassionate. Somebody who comes up with ideas. Somebody who's supportive. So this person's learning something about this kind of energy. Pretty interesting, because they're looking at what the other person actually will provide. And it could be because they are successful. It could. But it has to do with faith. Someone who's faithful and loyal, where it's about being on the same page here. So I actually feel they are assessing this. And I do feel it's saying to look to see if they're sincere. And I do feel there's sincerity here. Yeah, this is someone who longs for love. See, they long for love. So this is someone just kind of learned something. And I do feel it has to do with going within themselves, kind of, that into me I see energy. Yeah. See, going within, what it is they want, what it is they desire. Where was that card? I could have sworn it was here. Oh, maybe it isn't. It doesn't matter, because it's still somebody who's keeping everything in. See, the Empress often plays it safe too. Someone who only gives a little bit till they're sure the person isn't just coming in looking for attention or interested because of what they can provide. The tables turn. It goes both ways. Tell me about this. Yeah, someone's waiting for communication here. Oh, wow. This is someone who feels like they need to hurry up. It's also someone who may feel the other person may have other opportunities. So they're learning, making sure someone's single. Apparently they're doing some due diligence. But I got to tell you, this is somebody whose options have dried up because they've cut everybody out, because they're chasing them for all the wrong reasons. Yeah. Wow. Tell me about the King of Cups. What does this person really want? Truth, victory. They want to win. They want a victory. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, this communication that comes in suddenly. Sudden communication out of the blue where someone's feeling spontaneous. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if you cross paths with this person at some point. And people do cross paths and don't even see it, don't realize it. Okay, so somebody had put a post up yesterday saying, oh, this person's a stalker. Do you listen to yourself? They're looking to see what you're doing, what you're up to, your schedule. They're learning things that they're, that's so creepy. And I was like, wow, talk about taking it out of context. Nobody would ever meet anybody if there wasn't curiosity, where people check each other out and they're attracted. That's the spark. Looking at someone, people looking at each other and often look away. I see it all the time. That is actually the start of manifesting. Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. And that's where I feel something that doesn't go anywhere. Somebody is leaving something behind. They're ready to go down this path. It's time for change. Someone's ready to change their life. But I'm going to tell you about this person. They could change your world. Because they are definitely emotionally mature and available. Truth. But they are definitely, this is an energy of being enlightened. See, they're being enlightened here. I feel like they've kind of gone within a little here, definitely. Because they're learning something about, I feel, just relationships in general. Yeah, they are stable. They are someone who's stable. See, they're also looking for, this is somebody who wants, they want the same thing as what the feminine wants, a stable person. This person's kind of looking ahead. See, they're fantasizing and kind of romanticizing where they kind of see themselves. They're feeling romantic, there's no doubt. But they are a person who does long for love. It's like the only people interested in them is because they can provide something. They don't really love this person. And that's why I feel they're being so discerning. Let's have a look at the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so someone taking a step back. There's the enlightenment, seeing things from a different light and going, aha. So someone different. See, you're not chasing. The Empress doesn't chase. See, they're used to being chased, even though they don't like it. They're used to being chased. It's like this. It's conditioning, being conditioned. But this is somebody who, and I'm going to be honest. This person, not only does this feminine deserve better, this person also deserves better. They want the same thing as what a feminine energy wants, a stable, reliable person, someone who's faithful. Somebody who's not afraid to reciprocate, someone who's also a little generous with their time, energy, and their emotions, everything. It's the whole package. But this is someone ready to, it's a little test. See, testing the waters. They are definitely someone who's at that crossroads in their life, making a decision. And I feel this is a life path decision. See, magical map shifter. This is a big shift at how, not only how they feel, but how they see what a feminine provides. Yeah, they also need to provide that. See, that emotional energy, the emotional stability. But it's an energy of this person trying something different. They're ready for different. They're ready for some change. Yeah, trying something different. Yeah. This is somebody, if they feel something is off, it doesn't go anywhere. But this is somebody looking at this and something that they've learned, where they're having this little enlightenment, this little moment where they go, they're not chasing. It's not because they're not interested. They're just not chasing. Yeah, they want someone to come in. It's about two people coming together, going down this path. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you know who this is. If you don't, you're likely going to run into this person. I mean, maybe you have run in and you didn't even see it. You didn't recognize it. But I feel like we have an Empress who showered abundance and shared something with someone. I mean, it could be somebody else in the social circle. There's friends or friends who are like family, soul family kind of energy here. But it's all about attention and success. This person wants this victory. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they learned something for some people, something they found out. Yeah, you're different. And this is also an energy of, I think this person really is at a crossroads. Like I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, they're ready to go down this path. They're ready to take a leap of faith. They see there's a risk, because I can see they're calculating the risk. But this is somebody, I'm going to tell you what's interesting. This person is no fool. There's some sort of good news here. They've learned something from some people. They're trying something different. I feel this is someone giving them ideas. It could be romantic ideas or ideas for a little gift. Often the King of Swords will give a gift, because we know the Emperor often comes across as kind of neutral, where they don't show a lot of emotion. So they're going to do this. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a little gift or something here to show someone they like them and kind of see where this goes. Because this is somebody at a crossroads. I don't think this person wants to be alone. I don't think they want to be single anymore. But they're certainly doing their due diligence. Yeah, look at that. They're doing their due diligence here, because you can see they're making sure first that someone's single. But it's about whether or not, like I say, a little test to see if you reciprocate. Yeah, so a little time in between. This is someone, and with the World here, it could be someone who's moved or relocated. It could be someone new in your social circle here too. But it has to do with taking the time to get to know someone, being discerning and wise. So this is somebody who definitely will avoid anybody who chases after them in a way, especially if they don't bring anything to the table. Yeah, I think this is just somebody being really, really critical, a little bit judgmental, but it's sort of like self-preservations. But yeah, see, it's an energy of, they want to ask you out. See, it's about being romantic. Now, I wonder if this is somebody, they could be at a distance, or it has to do with travel. If you cross paths with this person at some point, time in between, this is all the stuff they're thinking and learning. They've been talking to people, or they've learned something from some people. They're definitely available. They're grounded. They're sensible. They definitely they're looking ahead. They're preparing. So this is someone who, during this time in between, they've been preparing. They are definitely an open book. They'll tell you anything that you want to know. Wow. This is someone who expects truth too. I'll tell you right now, if they feel something is off and you're not being honest, they will cut you out in a heartbeat. Yeah, they're not. This person's not a pushover. But the thing is inside, internally, this person's very emotional, nurturing, caring, and kind. So they are an emperor. They have all those energies and they have control of all those energies. So there it is. This person's determined to succeed. Yeah, because it looks to me like this is someone who definitely has either been manipulated and taken advantage of, someone who chased after them. But it's almost like the Empress is the one showering abundance. I actually feel like you're about to receive, though, because it's like the tables are turning. Yeah. And it may not even be someone you know. It could be just literally a whole new chapter in your love life where the tables turn. You've just got someone who's interested. But this person is discerning. Like I feel they're definitely not a pushover. They're wise. I feel they could be very educated for some of you too. See if I can see some of their personality. There's gonna be a lot of facets. An emperor has lots of facets to themselves. But I feel their overall energy is taking control of a situation, trying to keep their emotions in check, not letting them get the best of them. Try not to come in too fast, to come on too strong, even though they want to. And yes, they are kind of, options are definitely dried up here. But it's not because there isn't people interested. It's just they're not getting out. So, yeah, their pride's there. Their pride. This person would probably be very hopeful that would never be brought up. I just get the vibe of that little bit of pride there, but yeah. I think this is someone lonely. So there's a lot of lack. They're lonely. They don't really want to be single. Yeah. Like I say, it's just all about change, crossroads, this time in between. I do think some of you definitely have crossed paths. Others of you, it's just they could be someone new in your social circle. Someone who's kind of lonely. See, it's time to get out there and socialize. You may cross paths with them at this time, some of you. But some of you, if you got a person who didn't reciprocate and didn't follow through, because there's been some time in between and they've been assessing this, feeling lonely, maybe even missing you, some of you. This person's coming in and they are an open book. They will speak truth. Yeah. See, it's about coming together, spending time together. See, it's all about company, companionship. Even if you just want to be friends or be a companion. And I think they're going to ask you it could be someone taking a little trip. Do you want to go with me? We'll get to know each other. See, companions, company. So they could just ask you for your company. There could be some sort of event coming up where they want, a date. But I do think this person's feeling romantic here. There's no doubt. They definitely want to build. They're putting in effort. See, I do think it's about, romance here. This is a huge magical shift. There's the energy. See that this energy of secrecy, privacy, their private thoughts, feelings, keeping it all in. I don't think this person, there is an energy of pride where they don't want to let someone know their options have dried up. It's of no fault of their own, though, put it that way. They certainly don't like chasing. I think this is somebody who normally would go after someone they wanted, but I feel this is someone who's learned the school of hard knocks. When someone chases after you and they keep reaching out, even if you ignore them, the person's up to something. So, because like I say, it's all about playing by the rules here. But this person definitely wants to build, putting in effort. It could be someone who travels for work. That could be a little hint. They maybe travel to your town. They come around. They travel for work. Yeah, I see something about working on a house and home. Yeah. Could be someone who works from home or they're building a home. This is an emperor. This is someone who can make things happen. Yeah, building a home-based business. But this is about partnering up and getting together. I feel this person is just, they would be content just with your company. But I do think they're strategizing to, if they ask you to go on a trip or even just a drive, you just want to go somewhere, maybe to another community, spend some time together, get to know each other. You may actually discover you, because I do see discovering as you're moving forward, getting to know each other, discovering you have things in common here. Maybe even common friends. But this is definitely a person who's making better choices in love. Tell me more about this King of Swords. Yeah. I do sense this person's it's a masculine Gemini here. So this could be a pretty good cross-watch or read. But they don't have to be. It could be you. They could be a Libra or Aquarius too. Maybe even another Gemini. But they're mature and emotionally available. This is someone going to let someone know they're available. I think this person's going to talk to... It's almost like both of you letting go of pride, letting other people know you're available. Yeah, the ego. But there it is. I feel this is going to turn out quite well. So regardless, whether it's somebody coming back around and there's been time in between and they've been doing some assessment. Others of you, I do think this is just somebody that you're going to connect with. Like I say, somebody that you work with, or someone who's building a house or a home in your neighborhood. And again, as you still discover, you may actually have some mutual friends. Because this looks almost like somebody moving into a new neighborhood. Doesn't have to be, but look at that. See, investing. This is about investing. Someone hoping this pays off. This is someone looking too, like, learning. If you're interested, if you're invested in anyone that's around, there's something social here. If you're interested or invested in someone else, they really do their due diligence. So someone who probably doesn't want to look like a fool. Yeah. So pretty cool. How this goes, it's hard to say where this goes. I do feel if you just go with the flow, take a little time to get to know this person, sort of discover each other and learn about each other. I actually feel like this could turn into something. But they do expect truth. This is someone who definitely speaks truth. They expect truth. If they sense something is off, that you're up to something or you're not being honest, they definitely will just move on and avoid a disaster. But they're interested. I think this person's finding out you're interested in them. And I actually feel like it's the other way around. So, yeah. I'm hoping this pays off for you. Take care. If your options have dried up because you haven't been going out, it's about getting out. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's both people. And that could be where you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And that's usually where things happen, rather spontaneous. But I really feel someone's been learning things here and really looking at this interest, investing in this. They're definitely feeling hopeful. Take care. Bye for now.